welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have a nice little arm sling, but that does not mean we're not going to be putting in work. We did play a couple of online matches yesterday. All those losses were probably diffusions, or some cheese, other words. But Cell, I've really been liking Cell, so we're going to go ahead and get into some replays of some matches, and I'm going to let you know how to get down. Look out for super counters during the video. See how often I use this and how important it is in the fight to get the win. Let me know down below. Without further ado, let's get you in to some of those very interesting fights. Alrighty, one of the matches that I do want to go over is this fight here with Dragon Ball Z Broly from the movies. That reason being is that he has an unguardable super and an instant sparking. So I'm going to kind of be going over what I did to kind of avoid, look out for those things, and how to achieve victory against such impossible odds with Mr. Perfect Cell himself. So one of the things that you're going to look out for, maybe like kind of later during the fight, not off rip, another super counter there. So count how many super counters we have. I guarantee whoever has more super counters is the guy who wins. But we're kind of giving Z Broly the beat down here just a little bit. I believe he starts off with a little extra health, and he's kind of wasting some of his skill bars here. So that skill that gets him into instant sparking, I believe, is 3 skill counters. So something to just kind of keep in mind is how many skill counters they have, what skills they do have, and then how they plan on using them. Another super counter there, kind of get out of the back shots. Pretty integral part himself. And he's going for the sparking. I know I cannot let him get that off, especially from a distance, because it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of that ultimate, or dodge that ultimate, or do whatever you need to do to not get hit by that unguardable ultimate attack. So I'm trying to keep him close. I do not want him to get off his instant sparking. And I think at this point he kind of gave up a little bit. And something very important to notice there. I know there's no rewind function, but he goes for a super. I let him go for a super, and then I hit X and square to do a powered vanish attack. And he then goes into his ultimate while I'm still in vanish. Unguardable. Once again, I don't know how many times I have to say unguardable. And this lets me get around him. I think he kind of didn't know what to do after that, and he didn't expect to vanish into the ultimate against the wall. But hey, that happens, baby. That happens. And Cell obviously always acting up with the what a shameful way to go out. So that was match 1. Let's go down to match 2 here. I think this is one of my most favorite or most fun games, or like sets with this guy. So pretty fun. Let's get into round 2. See what divvies up, see what changes. Now we've kind of gotten a feel out for each other, how we fight, how we play. Let's see how round 2 commences.
I shall turn everything into darkness.
Attaboy Cell. Now, I'm probably going to be talking, hopefully, to avoid any copyright with the music going on in the background. That is something that I do not want to have on the music. He goes for another super counter there to break out of an early combo. Pretty good. So he keeps our health bars about even. I can deal with sparking, he cannot. And I think just with P under his belt, he might be able to do a little more than I am.
You won't survive this time.
He doesn't get up from that immediately, which is why I went for the super. He's sparking's there, which I am just absolutely terrified of. I perfect guarded, or I didn't perfect guard. I vanish guarded. I really don't know the terms for it, but I vanished behind him. And another way to get around an unguardable attack, if you are in the right spot at the right time, is just to be this close. Because I believe Broly's attack starts a little distance kind of away from him. So if you kind of keep that distance in between you, or if you close it, so you're over here like, Broly, what's your perfume smell like? Broly, what'd that smell like? Then you're going to be able to just block it without having to vanish or trying to perfectly time it. So another way to get around an unguardable super. And in the last match, I'll show you what to do when you cannot get around an unguardable super. That being said, he's got some buffs here, and he's got another sparking. I should not have let him get that sparking off on me. He doesn't have sight of me right now, which is actually really good, and I can probably try to keep as much distance behind and stuff as I can, especially in Sparking, man, because it is an instant death.
Prepare to die.
So he hits me into a nice little combo or a super counter, whatever it is, and then smacks me away, then lets off the ultimate attack, and this is what he was going for the whole time, because look how much damage, look how much health this takes away from me. 23,000, that is 2 bars and a third. I realize that I can't let him get, kind of get up with these buffs again.
You won't be able to outrun
I dodge his rush attack, go for one of my own, and then backhand that Broly on his own map. I hit him with an very shameful way to go out, so. But it does not end there. I run the rematch, the 3 of 3 back with this guy because I was really enjoying him. Okay, pause. I did not mean to say. Wait a minute. I was enjoying the fighting. So, I had to go to round 3 with this guy. And as you can see here off bat, just to kind of get into this because the fight doesn't start until, you know, someone approaches or throws some ki or does something. So, I always try to take the initiative in these fights or do the complete opposite and play a little reclusive. Kind of move back, use more of my movement tech to kind of get a feel about what they're going to do to me. So, let's get this third one under go. Let's go ahead and hide this guide and get this started. He sets up a nice combo. I do get another vanish attack behind him. Actually, twice right there on top of the super guard. So the super guard would have normally helped, but just the vanish behind on that attack that he pulled after just kind of solidifies it.
Nice work.
This guy is also not really strong here. I dodged that by the skin of my teeth. That definitely would have changed the game here. He goes for the, Dragon Dash behind me? I really don't know. I get the nice, what are these, power vanishing attacks behind him? Enough to do at least 10,000. I see him going for that sparking again. So I go for that rush attack on him, knowing that he's gonna be vulnerable to everything, probably except for, Ki Blast and maybe, an attack or two, because they do get a little bit of super armor when they go into sparking. And I let off my rush attack here, and give him another one of these tasty little backhands I give him.
You won't survive this
He's
time.
slow, he's on his last bar now, it's like combo 2. And I think at this point, he kind of knows it's over. I know it's over, and there's really only one thing to do in a gentleman's wager when you're having this much fun. And that's Super Attack Clash. Super Attack Clash, man.
It's over now. Prepare.
And this might be unguardable, but it is not immune to a beam flash, man. We even break the dimensions. I go beyond my limits, waste a little extra here, just to make sure I get that, I win that beam flash, get a massive 41,000 damage on this Broly. And you hear Zelda here grunting, because he's tired, man. And I'm telling you what, that was one of my favorite sets that I played, but that is not the only fights that I do want to take a look at. So, we're going to go ahead and take a look at those with Mr. Perfect Cell. Right here. I had a really good battle here against this Goku Black.
You're the one who called for me?
And I believe Goku Black also has a skill that lets you, Wild Scent or After Image Strike. And this is a pretty good fight, man. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it. This guy had some hands. And I'll kind of go over everything I see. I can't really go over what I was thinking because I was recording. It's a whole different day. He's playing the close game pretty well. That's one of the first things I noticed. I also realized, like I said, if there's a Vanish more early on, I probably have more ki. I'm going to take that. I out-Vanished him. We're kind of trading here. He does get some nice attacks off. A nice movement tech there. So he did a little dash and then dash around my back as I was attacking. So pretty good tech from him there. I might be stealing that, adding it to the arsenal. Another super counter here. And that's something that you'll see, I think, a lot more in higher tier gameplay. Just a lot more super counters. I have my after image, but he also had his after image pop, something that I did not expect. Something that Cell normally doesn't deal with. And he's kind of comboing me up here, man. He's still got a whole health bar advantage above me. I just about even it out, and he's just guarding like a madman. Another super counter, do a Vanishing War. I do lose this. I do get a nice 5,000 chunk of damage on here. He gets back into the combo, but I do super counter out of it just for him to combo me back into it. not the greatest game
You
plan
won't
here.
survive.
And I'm not gonna lie, I get a little desperate because you can see I'm just kind of spamming some supers
Too
here.
slow.
I should have chased that properly. I didn't, and now it's kind of costing me. I'm on my last bar. He's got 2 left.
Try to keep up. You
And
won't
this is my,
survive.
that's another wild sense into Finger Death Beam. Evens it out just enough to maybe get a comeback going on here. But he's still probably the better fighter, and he's got some good techniques and stuff that he's been doing. And so this last bit right here, teleporting, this is when the game matters. This is when you need to be on top of your game. Beginning of the game, you know, it's nice, but look at this. What are you gonna do when it's one combo finishes each other? Combos. A super counter for the win. If not, he would have won there. An extremely great fight to my opponent there. Really interesting, very fun, and that's what makes you like want to keep playing. I don't think we got the run back in, unfortunately, but an extremely well played game there by, who was that? Basic Boy 26. Something else a lot of people here are going to face is this guy right here, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and for good reason. He starts out with 4 health bars, he attacks extremely fast, he's very strong, he has extremely good skills, super and ultimate attacks. So he just really is the whole package. I wish this guy was streaming, but he's not streaming. But using Gogeta, kind of getting tossed around here a little early, not a big fan of that. Get a nice super counter into a Vanishing War here. And in case you do not know, as Cell, I'm pretty confident on the Vanish Wars because I feel like I always have a lot more key evasion. I do activate my Wild Sense here. As you can see, my skill counter is at 0, his is at 2. Something else to be considerate of when fighting Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is both of his skills. I believe they take 2 skill bars, or if not 3 for the instant sparking. So have to keep that in mind and watch out for it. There you go. My Wild Sense came in there, saved me a little bit of health for sure. And I see him just sitting there. I also see him now get 3 skill bars, and I'm a little worried that he might either sparking or maybe do some after image strike shenanigans. Or I think he actually might have Wild Sense of his own. He wins in that tiny little Vanishing War. I couldn't even call that a Vanishing War there. There he activates his sparking, confirming that it is 3 skill bars. So watch out for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta once he gets 3 health bars. He gets instant sparking. As you can see here, he gets extra ki, extra defense, and extra strength. And I'm sure maybe that might be ki blast damage. So you have to watch out when they have sparking skills that are this strong. And what I'm doing here is I'm really just trying to waste time.
You won't be able to outrun me.
I'm trying to waste time and keep my distance because I've died to a couple Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas. They were not better players, they just spammed. They knew how to use me, they're very good tool. That being said, I went for my rush attack there specifically to knock him away and get a lot of distance in between us. Here, I win the Vanishing War, and even if I didn't win the Vanishing War, I would have vanished until his sparking was gone. He's trying to sparking again there. He doesn't get the sparking off, but he does get the bonus from it. That's the first time I've seen that. He's on his last bar of health. I'm down to my, well, I guess I have 2 bars left, but he does vanish behind me. A little scared of the situation. He has my back. Spamming P. We're in this awkward area where, like, we're kind of hitting and kind of falling. A little bit unsure of what to do. He is going crazy with these perceptions. Watch, every time Gogeta turns his back is when he does that perception. This guy is getting a little panicky. So notice the signs of panic in your opponent and take advantage of that if you can. Yeah, he just perceptions again. I just teleport behind him and hit him. And if you ever beat a fusion like I did here, you never run the setback. You immediately run. You take your W and you are out of there. That being said, that'll probably wrap it up for this video on Cell. If you enjoyed or made it this far, thank you very much. I'll be continuing on into B rank and hopefully AS, all that stuff later on down the line. And I'm sure we'll be getting some better battles then, so stay tuned. Probably using Cell. We might be using somebody else completely differently by the time that this video reaches you. So if you made it this far, thank you. Drop a like, drop a sub. I'm trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year. If you can drop a like, drop a sub, that would help me out a ton, a lifetime's worth. And without further ado, I'll see you later.